So second question, you are all in the early stages of a campaign, and I know you are probably consumed with fundraising right now. You are also probably having a lot of thoughts about how broken the system is that requires this much money to run for office. What is your plan for combating the influence of big money in politics? And we'll begin with Gloria Witt for this.
So what are my plans for combating big money? Challenging everyone that shows up at our Democratic candidate forums to go to work on our behalf. We've got the structures, we are doing the work, and I recently started talking about the butterfly effect. Now, if you Google the butterfly effect, it's basically if you put a bunch of butterflies in a row, you clap their little, wave their little wings, there's an energy, and it lifts things. We need each one of you to lift us as candidates. You've got to talk about it to your family. Of course, we need your support financially, but I think more powerful than anything, we've got to get registered Democrats off the sofa to the ballot box. We can win this thing. This idea that we cannot win is a myth. And we're being hijacked by a myth. Get everybody in your circles voting. That would be my challenge. Money is good, but I'm not convinced money win elections. Cameron Webb raised $4 million and lost to Bob Good. So it's not about money, it's about butterflies. So go to work.
And next up, Gary Ferry.
Big money is a problem. A few years ago, the Supreme Court came out with a decision that basically said that corporations are individuals. And so what happened, it opened up a flood of dark money, soft money, whatever you want to call it, into political campaigns. The problem with that is the individual can donate to a campaign, but you're not going to be able to donate millions of dollars. So as a congressman, I think that we need to come back and create some type of legislation that restricts that kind of money that comes into the elections. It's almost like corporations actually run the government because they can buy elected officials. So I think that's one of the big things that we need to do. As far as right now, there was a congressman in New York, I think the congressman that replaced George Santos. He ran a campaign, maybe it wasn't George Santos, I don't remember, but he ran a campaign and he was outspent 12-1, but he won because he got out and talked to people. So while money is important, I think it's a matter of us getting out and talking to people, and once we get into office, then we're going to try to write some type of legislation that we can restrict the amount of money that comes from big corporations into our election process.
So I agree. I signed a pledge not to take any money from big tech, and it's on my social media accounts. And I think the battle is going to be won really through the social media and reaching out to the youth through TikTok and that kind of stuff. I mean, President Biden's doing it right now, even though he's signed a bill to maybe ban TikTok. I think that's the wrong answer, but I think the social media is going to be the difference maker in this. And money isn't everything. The money is coming in. Every one of these events we do, it gets better and better. And it's allowed our campaign to, put some things out there, buy the signs and buy the billboards and the radio advertisement and all that stuff. But in the end of the time, it's going to be a real ground game. It's going to be out there beating the pavement and going to places and talking to people and getting the word out via that message. Because, like Gloria said, the last two candidates have spent millions of dollars and the result was the same. There was no win. So obviously we got to change. We got to shift the way we do it, a little paradigm shift. And it should be easy to do. I'm going to have to trade my car in after I get done with this because I put so many miles on it, but that's okay. We'll get there. So that's how we're going to do this. Thank you.
Thanks so much.